Hey, this is George G. Welcome to George G's World of Rock. How's everyone doing out there today? Happy summer to everyone. Summer's come around. As we all know, it's freaking hot. And kind of prompted this video to do summer songs or summer albums. Kind of both there. Certain albums remind me of summer. I'm sure those albums you guys have remind you of summer, whether it's like now or being a kid. And things like remind you of that time period. Summer to me was different memories. I'll tell you a little story. When I was a little kid, I was a big Yankees fan. You know, they're kind of screwing up now, but when I was a little kid, I would go out in the backyard with a wiffle ball and baseball glove and pitch back, and I'd have my own little baseball game by myself, and have the whole list of the players, and I'd be, we're talking like 79, 80. So I had all these, even probably before that, I was playing that just in my backyard. I was Willie Randolph, and I was Mickey Rivers, those old Yankees, and Reggie Jackson, and Thurman Munson, and all them. And I played the whole game, had a whole lineup of the guys, and I played in the backyard. That was what I used to do as a kid. And I had fun with it. It was silly. If you're a kid, you do silly things. But at least I played out in the backyard, which kids today don't do nothing. They don't do shit outside. But I played outside. But anyway, that reminds you of the summertime. But so does music. There's certain things that you did in the summer and remind you of. And first thing I'm going to show of this list of songs and albums or whatever reminds me of summertime. I mean, sometimes other things too, like being in this pool. When my kids were younger, and playing with my son in the pool. I threw him around the pool when he was little. It's fun. A little different now because we're growing up, but that's what summer reminds me of. I mean, first thing on here to talk about is a movie I went to see when I was in kindergarten, 1977, and I had the soundtrack to them. That was Star Wars. So there's the first three, soundtracks of the albums. So Star Wars, here you go, Star Wars. The big deal when I was a kid. So that reminds me of summer because I would see it in the summer. My grandmother took me to the movie when I was a little kid. My sister and I fell in love with Star Wars. And before that, I used to played all the Star Wars figures as a kid in the summer. I used to play with these if you guys remember my age, remember Mego superheroes. I had the World's Greatest Superheroes, all those Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man, all those Green Goblin, all those figures of Hulk. Had all played all that stuff. But Star Wars came in, and that was the end of that. And that's reminds me of the summer. So the soundtrack, especially the first soundtrack of A New Hope, which wasn't called that day, it was just called Star Wars. Reminds me of the summer, big time. So there's one thing in my memory. This one here, next album I'm talking is another one. It's not a metal album, but I gotta have it in the summer, and that's Jaws soundtrack. It's a great one. Again, John Williams, Star Wars, and Jaws did great stuff, and I love the movie. Friends and I my friends mostly, they'll quote it every time they're around the 4th of July. They'll quote Jaws back and forth. It's hilarious. But it's a great soundtrack and a great album, great movie. It always reminds me of the summer. It used to scare the crap out of me as a kid, that soundtrack. I mean, the trailer for the movie scared me as a little kid in 1975. I was 4 years old, I was afraid to go in the water with that, just for the trailer. Never saw the movie 2 years later, but so this one reminds me of the summer there. And I can't go out the summer albums without talking about the Beach Boys with Endless Summer. Because it's the Beach Boys. You gotta do that. It's great. But I love this one. Is my mom used to play all the time. I borrowed the tape from her. I told the story before, I think. But it's got Serpent Safari, this Catch a Wave, In My Room, Fun. Help Me Rhonda. What do you call it? Good Vibrations. It's a great compilation. Endless Summer with Beach Boys. Always reminds me of summer. Had to have that on here. And then we get the couple albums that just, for some reason, they remind me of summer. Maybe certain songs. This one's a weird one to put on here, but it's from this album, from Saxon, Denim and Leather. And the song is Play It Loud, because it's got the lyric in it. Let me find it here. After I say it, I can't find it, right? Let's find it. Where's it? I have my little thing here to see it better. Just this line of the song is, I was lying on the beach, taking in the rays, listening to Deep Purple, reminiscing about old days. I was hassled by the lifeguards, so I kicked them to the ground. There's always someone somewhere to try to turn you down. That reminds me of summer. Sounds dumb, but that song reminds me of summer. Denim and Leather from Saxon. Silly, but it does. Another one, which I had to put this on here, is from, let me find the cover. It's from my little compilation here. And it's from YT. Down for the Count. Of course, Summertime Girls. Gotta have that. It reminds you of summer. Summertime Girls, you know, typical. It's a great, very hair metal song from YT, but a really good one. That always reminds me of the summertime. And another one that's just like a song only reminds me of it is Keel with the 4th of July. Last song on the track of their self-titled album from, I don't know what year this is, 87. So that 4th of July just passed for us in America. That reminds me of that one. That song, very summer-like. Always reminds me of summer. But this is a little silly video. I just thought it'd be fun. All right, I got some albums that remind me of summer, and this one I had to put on here too, first for the cover and for the band. This reminds me of summer. Great White, Once Bitten, Got the Shark, The Girl, No More Could You Want. This one, of course, has the awesome hit of Rock Me on here, but also got other great songs there. Lady Red Light. What do you call it? This one. All Over Now, Mistreat Her, Gonna Get You. Great song, great album from Great White, very summer-like, in my opinion. And this one may not seem like a summer album, but I remember the year my friends always played this album. It was summertime. That's what reminds me of Whitesnake '87. Played this all the time. My friends played this all the time. It was a big album that year for Whitesnake, and you know, of course, this is Still Tonight. Bad Boys, Here I Go Again. And Children of the Night, Is This Love? Top-notch Whitesnake for the '80s. More hair metalish, but still a great album. So that reminds me of summertime right there. Now the rest of these three, perfect for summer because of the type of music it is. Southern rock. So I'm going with this one because of the cover. Just gives you that whole hot. It's a hot thing out there in the desert kind of thing. And I'm going with No Guts, No Glory from Molly Hatchet. Looks just, I don't know, it's like they're out there in the summer. It's hot. That's what it reminds me of. And this one is not one of the best albums, but it's still a pretty good album. Love my favorite song is Fall of the Peacemaker. Great song. On the Prowl. What Does It Matter? And What Is It Gonna Take? So yeah, I got a Southern rock in here for Molly Hatchet. Figured this cover and this album worked pretty good for it. So there you go. Another one. This song on this album, and this album was really good. It was all over MTV at the time. Georgia Satellites with the subtitle. And of course, with Keep Your Hands to Yourself was all over MTV everywhere. And the album's really more Southern rock, almost, I would find a touch of Aerosmith in it too. But it's got Railroad Steel's another great song on here. Red Light, Can't Stand the Pain, Golden Light, Over and Over. It's got a really good, solid album, Georgia Satellite. I don't have anything else by the band, but this was definitely worth it. It feels like the summer vibe to me. And the last one, something for the cover. I don't know why this cover reminds me of summer. It just does. It looks like they're hot, and looks like they're in a warm spot, and the clouds, and it's one of my favorite albums by the band. It is from 1975. Nothing Fancy from Lynyrd Skynyrd. Love that album cover. I don't know why I like it. It's simple. I love the album too. It's got some of my favorite songs on here, like Cheating Woman and On the Hunt, and of course Saturday Night Special, which is covered by Robert Saint years later. But that's summer-like to me. So that's my little short little video on the summer album. So tell me in the comments, what are your albums you think of summertime? What do you think of? What is a certain time in your life that may remind you of summer? I don't care if it's like music or maybe it's something that happened in your life and happened, you know, and just remind you of summer. That's it. Silly video, but I enjoyed making it. I hope you guys liked it. And that's it. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and comment, and keep rockin' metal alive. We'll see you next time.